Joe, Mark, thanks for joining me today. There is a lot of unexpected things happening around your band.
Is there?
I think so, because last Monday there was a new song and a new album announced. Just in once, we didn't know anything, and there was it, the new song.
Yeah. Yeah, we wanted to play this album a little bit closer to our chests, a bit different from how we did the last one. We wanted it to be kind of a short, sharp shock to the system.
When did the process start for this album? Because you guys released, I think, an album a year since 2017, a live album as well. When did the process start for this one?
It was lockdown really. We were supposed to be touring for 2 years. We were supposed to be touring Ultramono and releasing Ultramono, and we weren't able to. So, we were already at a stage where we were thinking about writing the next one. So we just went full on and embraced it, and it got underway in that process. And I've been saying it a lot, but luckily for the album, lockdown went on a bit longer than expected because we needed that time to craft the album that is Crawler.
And Joe, how is it to make an Idols record while being in lockdown? Because the music is still fucking loud.
Really good, thanks. It was a product of the lockdown, so we were I think that the main word we come out with is gratitude, like it gave us time to think, and it gave us time to breathe and look at ourselves as individuals and as a caricature that we built up of ourselves that we could burn with Ultramono. And after the death of Idols, we were reborn into something else, and we were very excited, and it feels beautiful. And it feels like we have a new lease of life, and we're challenging ourselves with new avenues, and I'm ready to murder.
And you turned out to be a great soul singer as well.
It was already apparent I was a great soul singer. You just weren't listening.
Did you know already that you had it in you?
Yeah, I'd say that we've been making soul music the whole time. That's an overzealous delivery, man. So I'm going to go and...
Mark, how was it to hear Joe doing this? Because it's a different voice than he sings in normal.
Yeah, I've heard Joe sing before, but I didn't know he could sing quite like that. But it was exactly what we wanted to do on this album. From the outset, Joe had said that he wanted to sing more. And it meant that we needed to consider that in writing the music and giving him space to sing and creeping a bit more melody into the songs, focusing on melody more than meter or more than just solely the sonics. So it was about trying to nurture Joe's new melodic tilt within the music.
I would love to play a new song now on the radio, if that's okay for you. And then after it, talk about the album, which is coming up, and more, for me, unexpected stuff around your band still.
Let's go.
There's more unexpected stuff, because I didn't know that you were working with Kenny Beats. That's quite unexpected for your band as well, I think.
Well, we were working with him on Ultramono. So it was already in the works, he co-mixed Ultramono, and after that it was apparent that we were in love with his work ethic, the way he works, how hard he works, but also his focus is on making the best song possible. I think a lot of people assume he's a hip-hop producer, but he is really just a very inspired song producer who works kind of away from ego and for the benefit of the music solely. And that's something that we really benefited from as a unit, because we've always been trying to work with the idea of the dissolution of the ego. With our songwriting, obviously we write democratically. so sometimes to the detriment of the song. And Kenny allowed us the breathing space to kind of just push each song in its own direction for the benefit of the song, not for our want. And what came out was a very dynamic album. Obviously, Bowen co-produced this album with Kenny, so it allowed Bowen's songwriting to excel, because he obviously had the production in mind from the start, and something Bowen was talking about from the birth of the album. And what grew was something expansive and explorative for all of us, but mainly thanks to the relationship that Bowen and Kenny had, which is great.
Did you know from the first time, Bowen, that it will work with him? You co-producing this album.
Yeah, he's got a very similar sort of energy and perspective on things. And again, you know, that lack of ego is something that we're all always striving for. You know, it's serving the music, serving the song, serving the art, rather than you know, anyone in particular. So it always felt like he was a good fit with the band. And yeah, he's also just got a perspective on it where he doesn't have any kind of respect for the process. Like, it's not like recording a guitar band that needs to be this way, and you know, there's no deference to kind of like, oh, this is how AC/DC did it, or this is how the Beatles did it, or anything like that. It was more, how do we make this song sound as good as possible? Do we use the guitars? Do we take the guitars and transform them in a different way? Do we take the drums and transform them in a different way? How can we make it slap as hard as it can? And that's the big point with him, is that he's not using the points of reference that we normally would, and that's useful.
You can hear that energy on the songs I already heard, but I heard it before on the new version of Model Village with Slow Tie, which he worked on with a lot on his album. Is that the way that song came together? The combination with Kenny beats?
No, it's something that I wanted when I wrote the song. I wanted a back-to-back with Slow Tie, but it didn't really fit the album. And it works beautifully as a remix. But yeah, Kenny beats just mixed the album Ultramono.
The album will be out in a few months in November. I can't wait to hear the whole album because this is already so good. Then you will go on tour to the Netherlands as well. I saw 2 nights at the Melkweg. That's amazing.
Yeah, we're in the big room, right? Or
finally, yeah.
It's great. I mean, it's my favorite city in the world now. I didn't realize it would be, but it is. I love it. I think we do. I could speak for the band when I say it's the best country to play in. You guys know how to do a show. It's a beautiful existence to be in the Netherlands, and we're very excited. Yeah, I mean, Melkweg, exactly. Let's go.
Let's go for it. One more unexpected thing I would love to talk to you about, which we could maybe see in the Melkweg next year. Will All I Want for Christmas be on the set list as well there?
Is it? Yeah, we're not playing any time in December, are we?
But I saw you played it last show. All I Want for Christmas is You.
Yeah, but not if it's in December, we won't play it. It just depends.
Why did you pick that song to play?
Because Mariah Carey is for life, not just for Christmas.
I know for sure she will love this cover.
I don't think Mariah Carey loves anything.
I think you sang it better than her last time.
I would completely agree with you, and I think she owes me some money, really.
I know for sure, yeah. The album will be out 12th of November. I just played a new song on Kink. Now you can play one of the classic Idol songs to play after this interview. Which one should we pick?
All I Want for Christmas is You.
Let's go for that. Joe, Bowen, thanks for joining me today and can't wait for the album and the shows in the Melkweg.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much for having us on. Thanks for your support.
And all I want for Christmas is you.
All I want for Christmas is death of the patriarchy, but that's not going to happen, is it?